have you ever gotten to meet one of your favorite wrestlers? Or
Yeah, man.
that's cool.
Actually, what got me into the world of wrestling was Hulk Hogan,
Yeah.
like way back in the day. And this is actually funny. This is how caricatures kind of segued me into other avenues. I did a caricature of Hulk Hogan, I want to say back in like 2008, 2009. And I get a phone call in 2012, and it's a guy named Ron Howard, no relation to the director.
Okay.
Just some dude out of Florida. And he's like, hey, man, I'm friends with the Hulkster. And he saw your drawing on Google, and he wants to work with you. He wants like you to do some shirts and some more stuff. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm not going to believe you until I actually hear from the man himself.
Yeah.
So I remember like it was yesterday. I had my speakerphone on. I brought Dexter into the room because at the time we lived with each other. And I put the speakerphone down, and it's Hulk Hogan's voice.
Oh, shit.
And you can't replicate that. You can't you probably could.
He's like, this is Nolan Harris.
Hey, dude. But anyways, he starts like pitching ideas like, let me tell you something, brother. Here's what I have in mind. I want to be...
So he's really talking like that.
Dude. Well, I want to be ripping my chest apart. And I want you to see machine parts like the Terminator. And I want to have like an extra big heart because I'm all heart, brother. And then there was like one where he was like, his foot was on top of Osama bin Laden's head, and he's like flexing, and it says Hogan for president. Just like these wild ideas.
So he's really like that. That's really who he is.
Oh, dude, yeah, all the way. I mean, he's one of the kindest people I've ever worked for, and the public has their opinion, and that's fine, whatever. But I was out in Florida on vacation with my wife, and we were, I gave Ron Howard a heads up. I'm like, hey, man, we're going to come out to Florida. Can you get us tickets to the wrestling show that Hogan's in? So that wasn't a problem. But I was also like, we'd love to meet the big man, swing by his beach shop and meet him. And at the time, I had done the logo for the beach shop. Like, they have this, like, big, giant sign. It's, like, raised. It's him, like, doing this. I did, like, a handful of shirts. And so Hogan, was like, yeah, tell them I'll be there. Well, the day we show up to the shop, Ron's like, hey, guys, listen, Hogan's meeting with his lawyers right now. This video just came out. And I was like, video? He's like, it's a sex tape. And I'm like, are you serious? And so he's like, yeah, I don't think he's going to make it. This is kind of a big thing. This is like a very stressful thing because it's not with his wife. It's with someone else. And I'm like, okay, well, my wife and I are just going to hang out on the beach for a bit. We're going to grab some food. Just keep me posted. Let me know if he's done. He was at the wing stop with his lawyers. So anyways, I get the call, and they're like, hey, he still wants to meet you. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. So my wife and I get to the beach shop, and here he comes. 6'5", massive man.
Still massive. Is he still shredded?
Huge. I don't know if it's the same now. It's been like 8 years, but still huge. Obviously, he had a rough morning, but just the fact that he took the time, we hung out for like 20 minutes, and I would tell him stories about when I was a kid, and I'd see him wrestle live, and it was awesome, man. It was like an experience I'll never forget.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and to this day, if people shit talk him, I'm just like, listen, I can only base people off of my personal experiences with them, and he was good to me, and he's still good to me. Like, I still do work for him occasionally. He got my profile out there, he got my work out there, and then since then, most of my interactions with wrestlers have just been like online.
Mm-hmm.
But I still get ringside seats to wrestling shows.
That's awesome.
Relationships with these people, and I still can't get backstage, but that's fine.
Maybe one day you will.
We'll see if I play my cards right.